Hi there. Today I'm going to tell you a special story from the Bible, one that Jesus told to a crowd a long time ago. It's called the parable of the sower. It's a story that teaches us about life, choices, and how we can grow. One day Jesus was near the sea, and a big crowd of people came to hear him speak. There were so many people that he got into a boat and pushed out a little bit into the water so everyone could see him and hear his voice. As the crowd gathered on the shore, he began telling them a story, a parable. A parable is a simple story that helps explain a bigger lesson. Jesus used parables to teach important truths in a way that everyone could understand. So Jesus began with this story. A farmer went out to plant some seeds. As he walked, he scattered the seeds in different places. Some of the seeds fell on the path, but the birds came and ate them up. Other seeds fell on rocky ground where there wasn't much soil. They sprouted up quickly, but because the soil was shallow, the plants withered and died when the sun came out. Some seeds fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked the plants. But other seeds fell on good soil. These seeds grew into strong, healthy plants that produced a big harvest, a lot of fruit. Later, Jesus' disciples came to him and asked, "Why do you speak in parables? What does this story really mean?" Jesus explained it to them in a way they could understand. He said, "Let me explain the parable to you. The seeds are like the message of God's kingdom, the good news that I'm telling people. The different types of soil represent different ways people respond to that message. The seed that fell on the path represents people who hear the message, but don't really understand it. The devil comes and takes away what was planted in their hearts, just like the birds ate the seeds on the path. They don't let God's message take root in their lives. The seed that fell on rocky ground represents people who hear the message and are excited about it at first. But when life gets tough, or when people criticize them for believing in Jesus, they give up. It's like the plants on the rocky ground. They didn't have enough soil, so they couldn't grow deep roots. They withered away when the sun came out. The seed that fell among the thorns represents people who hear the message, but get distracted by all the worries and temptations in life. The thorns represent those worries, like wanting more money or trying to impress other people. These things choke out the good news, and the message never really grows in their hearts. But the seed that fell on good soil represents people who hear God's message, understand it, and let it take root in their lives. These people are like good soil. They listen to God, obey His words, and their lives grow strong and fruitful. They share His love with others and help His kingdom grow. So what can we learn from this story? Well, there are a few important lessons. Be open to God's message. Just like the different soils, people respond to God's message in different ways. Some might ignore it, some might get excited for a moment, and some might let other things get in the way. But the best way to respond is to be like the good soil, open to God's message, and ready to let it grow in your heart. Life won't always be easy. Jesus never promised that following Him would be easy. Sometimes life can be hard, and we might face challenges. But if we have deep roots in God's love and truth, we can stand strong even when things get tough. Don't let distractions take over the thorns in the story. Show how worries and distractions can pull us away from God. Whether it's wanting more things, focusing on what others think, or getting caught up in problems, it's easy to let those things take over. But God wants us to focus on what really matters, loving Him and others. Be fruitful. When we let God's message grow in our hearts, it doesn't just stay there. It grows, it multiplies, and we can share it with others. Just like a good plant produces fruit, our lives can make a difference in the world around us. Whoever has ears to hear, let them hear.